Yo guys, so this is video number 2 on the channel, and as promised today I'll talk about basically what happened in the kingdom for the past 28 days and address most of the drama, right? There will be one or two insert screenshots eventually throughout the video that I'll insert as much as well as I can. I'm not that well at editing, so just bear with me. But getting into the video, right? A lot has happened. Quite a bunch, quite a bunch, right? As you can see now, I'm in top 2 now in W because a merge happened with White Bear. We merged, so now we're the two R5s. Gojo has been dethroned. It's now Farmer Mingo and Gax that are R5. And now that the question comes, right? If I'm R5 in W, White Bear is R4, R5 in W. Mingo and Gax are R5 in top 1, right? In G. Who is left behind in L, in the alliance I was previously? Well, here's L. This was L. This is what is left of L, I'd say. As much as I want to get into it, I will make it chronological so that people can follow it. But in basic terms, Elias took it over without permission of council. So addressing the drama. I'll start from the very, very, very beginning of the kingdom. As we deleted, I should say deleted because this is YouTube, so there's guidelines. Deleted the Viets from our kingdom, right? We deleted them, they're gone. It was the first few days, everyone was together, but the Viets, they were contradicting us. So they're gone. We created the family of the top 6 alliances, right? It was Gojo's alliance, top 1, my alliance, top 2, but I was R4 at the time because there was an R5 called Revenge. He quit, so you know, couldn't do much about it. He quit because he didn't like leadership anymore. There was top 3, which is White Bear, and then 4, 5, 6, mostly irrelevant alliances except for one, which is the French alliance. The French alliance was in zone 6 of the kingdom. The top 6 alliances each had one zone. Now, if you ask me, you're gonna ask me, right? The drama with Gojo is over. A new king, there's new leadership. What's the issue, right? Well, Elias. Elias has popped up within the kingdom many, many, many times. Up to now, as to what I know, right? Twice, he has caused some type of issue 3 times, right? Now it's the 3rd time. Let's get into it, right? So, first week of the kingdom, we get rid of the Viets. The French are zone 6. An alliance pops up in zone 6 named AL44, right? Aimed to be part of the family, but we had distributed all the alliances, so we had to chat to them, right? AL is this alliance, is not the same shell, right? The shell is my alliance top 3. They took it without permission now. But back then, we went to chat to them, right? They still had their own shell. We went to chat to them. We were like, yo, not your zone, not your kingdom. Please, let's talk. Let's figure out what you want. Back then, the people that went to talk, at least of what I know, is me and Revenge, right? Revenge was the R5. He brought me with him because he spoke barely any English. And for those who don't know, in my kingdom, right, because most of them are watching, I speak English, Chinese, and Russian. So I speak all 3 fluently with no problem. I can speak anything I want. So I got brought along as translator. Basically, the terms were they can't really stay in that kingdom, in that alliance, in that zone, as their own alliance. We wanted them to merge or just straight leave, like disband the alliance and go, right? Leave at 44. We already have six established alliances. We don't need anything else. Um, the part where we wanted them to merge, Elias wasn't fond of it. He said, like any leader would say, this is my alliance, the people would only follow me, blah, blah, this, that, right? So, respectfully, we went, okay, then please, could you leave the kingdom, destroy your territory? You're not fit for the kingdom. He was like, yes, 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 for sure, for sure. So, we haven't heard from him in 2 weeks from that point. 14 days. Yeah, I'd assume around 2 weeks. Comes around now, last 10 days of the kingdom, right? From day 18, basically, day 20 to day 28, which is now. So this is the day 28 of the kingdom. So, me and White Bear were, in the nicest way possible, we were not happy with what Gojo was doing. He wasn't that good of a leader. Quite a few players didn't like him. Mostly influential whales. Not gonna name drop because I didn't get permission from most of them to film this, so I won't name drop just to keep privacy. Although transparency is promised, right? We promised transparency to the kingdom, and I'll show you the mail right now that I used today to send to my kingdom. If you want to read through it slowly, here, you can pause the video wherever. So this one basically explains the current situation. It doesn't explain the previous, right? So now is the time to address what happened. I explained to you the Viet situation. I explained to you the first few days. The situation now, me and Weiber weren't happy with Gojo. We were like, here's point by point what he did. We didn't like. He didn't give us an opinion as to what should be done in the kingdom. Both me and Weiber were in council, but he was, I'd say, giving out orders, right? It could have been because of translator. Next, he wanted to boost the top four alliance, which was his friend's alliance, into top three by using his own players, right? So it doesn't matter. For KVK, that alliance would have been killed off anyway because everyone would go back to top one. They wanted to switch him out for a top three, which was White Bear. White Bear is a really good Russian speaking player. Respect him, love him. He came to me. He's like, yo, this is some BS. We need to fix this. So I talked to Gojo, and I was like, yo, Gojo, you're pushing it, right? Like, dude, chill. White Bear is trustable, right? I was like, yo, like, come on. Just trust him. Give him for some time. Gojo didn't budge too much, but he allowed it, right? He was like, okay, whatever. White Bear can still stay top three. That was another reason. And lastly, obviously, it's not so specifically his issue, Many people are like that. He ruled off of emotions. Whoever he didn't like, maybe in a joking way. I'd assume it was in a joking way. He threatened with the top one player's account because he had logs, and he was like, yo, I'll just drop Ahred's account on your head. Good luck, right? It happened to me, it happened to White Bear, it happened to a couple of people, and a couple of alliances as well. Not actually happened as in physically, just the threats itself. So we were like, yo, it's time to switch him out. It's time to find new people. It's not like I want a king or White Bear wants a king. I never want a king from the start of the kingdom, right? I'll be honest about this. It is too much work. Even as a leader of top two, I do like a lot of work. I'm in Diplo, so I talk to everyone. I ask everyone's opinion on stuff. I reply to all the messages. I respect everyone. Like, it is a lot of work, but I like it because it's part of the game, right? It's a strategy game, and so everyone needs to be heard. But nevertheless, we wanted them out. We wanted them switched. At that time, right, Elias came. He found us again, right? I didn't know it was Elias. Viber was like, yo, I got this player. He has around 150 to 200 million power, right? He can bring the people, we can attack, we can crush Gojo. I went along with the plan because that was basically the only working plan at that point. And I was like, it is what it is, right? I personally didn't want to war in the kingdom because it would have caused civil war and that would have weakened the kingdom heavily. But nevertheless, it is what it is. The issue came when we had the big meeting, which was me, my representatives of the L Alliance, White Bear's representatives of the W Alliance, and Gojo and the two other kings, right? Gojo, Dark, and Gax. We sat down with a translator. We sat down. We were like, "Yo, this is what we don't like. We need you to fix it. Worst case scenario, we want you gone. Like as a king, we don't want you Gojo. Respectfully." We had a chat for nearly 2 to 3 hours, something like that, right? It was a long chat, really meaningful chat. We noted down stuff. Gojo was supposed to drop an official message, I think today, which we council would have signed off on. And be like, look, this is now the stuff we want Gojo to switch. We want him to change. Gojo, go do it, right? Sadly, the next day, straight away, he popped a resource seller alliance. He wanted to, right? We stopped him, fortunately, on time. A resource seller alliance in White Bear Zone, right? The question is, why wouldn't he do in his own zone, right? He has a whole zone to himself. White Bear was already sharing his zone with the top four lines because I asked him to. I was like, look, Gojo won't come down because it's his friend. You might as well just give it to him. Just some part of it, just one shrine, whatever, right? But he now wanted a resource seller there without White Bear's permission. We luckily found the screenshots to it, right? We found the screenshots. We're like, okay, it's time to go. Like, come on. To avoid suspicion, the day we made that deal, right? The whole deal thing, I agree, foolishly to an extent. Maybe selfish a bit in a way. Definitely not in a manly order. I had to leak the plans we had with Elias. I was like, yo, guy Gojo, here's screenshots, here's proof. Elias wanted to take your spot, right? And I portrayed myself and White Bear as people who just wanted to figure it out, right? We were like, yo, we wanted to figure out, we had nothing to do with it. We didn't want you gone. It was just a play, it was just this. Gojo was like, yay, whatever. He's happy that we didn't really want him gone. Whatever. Next day, that thing happens with the farm alliance. And we were like, yo, it's time to go. We get on the call. We're like, yo, Gojo, look, last deal, please, you're gone. We asked him, we didn't fight, we didn't do anything, right? When Gax came online, because basically, Gax is one of the kings, but Gax was very busy on his own life, right? In real life, or on his other account, because he was council of 2377, one of the biggest alliances, kingdoms in the world. He won Grand Prix with them, which congratulations and shout out to you guys for that. Great shit. But nevertheless, Gojo was the one that ruled outside of Gax's permission. Gax always told me, yo, I never knew this, this was never my opinion or whatever. So Gax quit for the time being. He came back, as you can see. He was like, yo, I'm quitting. I'm done. Gojo pissing me off. I can't do anything about it. He's not listening. So Gax quits. He comes to my alliance as a show of like, I'm done. Then we go to Gojo. We're like, Gojo, look, even Gax left. Like at this point, what else do you want to prove that you're not it? And he's like, no, but the whales are here for me. We're like, right, okay, let's merge. White and me, we merged. I'm like, let's start pulling out the whales out of his alliance. Because I sadly don't have a screenshot of it, but sadly, um, sadly for Gojo, most of the whales are on our side. Only Pacaret, basically, and a few others stayed in the alliance because they were there for the project. Most came to my alliance, even our alliance. Even at some point, the top two alliance that we had with Wybear surpassed in power the top one, and we had to sit down with Gojo and talk it again. And we were like, "Yo, look, come on, like, you know, wrap it up. You're not king anymore. Let's face it. We don't want war. We just want you to peacefully leave." After some mishmash, he did leave, which, as I showed you at the very start, Gax and Mingo are now top one. Me and White Bear will be top two. We decided not to merge an account just because we want our own accounts separate, so it doesn't matter. I don't mind it at all. I'm counselor, so that's fine by me. Anyway, so um counselor by me. Anyway, he leaves. Gojo leaves. Everything's fine. We're like, yay, peaceful kingdom. Well, no, Elias comes back for the third time. He comes back by taking what I assumed happened, right? I assumed he saw Issa left behind in the alliance because most of the R4s left. He was probably by power, no hate. He was probably one of the weakest R4s on the team. Together with, I don't know if he's still here, but Toby. Toby was also one of the weaker ones, so they both stayed behind. I gave Issa R5. He wasn't online. I assumed I'd just get it back later and put an actual like active team in top three as the support lines. Nevertheless, I went to sleep. Elias assumingly came to talk to Issa. I don't know the whole story yet. I'll figure it out eventually. He came to talk to Issa. Issa gave it to him. And today morning, I wake up and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, why is Elias there? I tried to talk, and this screenshots I will implement at the very end. A screenshot of Elias talking badly about the kingdom in general. This is just for the people who believe Elias still, like Issa, like I forgot her name. Give me a second. Wait, I forgot the name. It's Issa and Francis SYL that were drilling my head today for like 2 hours. The I'm not fit for a leader, and Elias has the right to ask for an apology. So that will be the screenshot there for you guys, and additionally for the rest of the people who are watching this. The Elias indeed cursed out me, cursed out the kingdom, right? So I won't put screenshots of any chats I had with Issa and Fanta as well, just because I want to keep that private, right? I don't want anyone pissed anymore. I didn't ask for their approval of it, so I won't do it. The reason I'm putting the one for Elias is because he illegally, without permission of council, took control of the top third alliance and renamed it and left obviously the family with it, right? Because there's W44, there's G44, and then there's AL44, right? So he notably left the alliance because previously it was called L44. I texted in the morning straight away in a group chat where he was present. Y'all, I would assume you want top three lines, right? I don't mind that. Let's just talk it out, and please rename it, right? He left. Actually, this I can insert because it's just an insert of me saying like, "Come, let's talk," and then he leaves the lines. Everything will be at the end, the both of the inserts. So that happens, and Issa and Fansa start drilling my head. If they continue on, I can just share the screenshots where they're joining my head, and I'm obviously trying to say that like I had to do it for the better of the kingdom. So now I'm trying to reach out to whoever is in Elias's alliance to somehow get him to talk. And additionally, there's some stuff planned in case he doesn't talk. I assure that I will try my best, as you saw with Gojo, that no civil war starts. If it does, it will be an easy one because it's just the top 3 alliance against the top 1 and 2 alliance, right? It'll be easy, but it'll still cost us people, it'll cost us time, it'll cost us money, which I don't want to be, wasted. So I'll keep everyone updated on what's going on, but that is basically what happened. If there's anything else I could say, just drop a comment down below if you have any questions. If you're even inside or outside the kingdom, I'll try answer as much as I can. Because, of course, I said transparency. I promise transparency. So, yeah. If you want to migrate into the kingdom, DM me, Gax, or Mingo, or Whitebear, whoever on the game. You have seen many times our nicknames, so you can just search us up and DM us. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Right after this, the inserts will come in right after this speech. So have fun looking at them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.